It is Monday, and that means it's time for our Ask the Lawyer segment. And joining us now is attorney Tara Knight, and today's topic on this Monday is jury duty. A lot of people hear that, Tara, and they think, oh my gosh, I'd rather have a root canal than go to jury duty. You're saying people really shouldn't look at it that way, that it can be really fascinating, even enlightening. Tell me more about that.
Well, people get the jury summons in the mail, and then they groan when they see it. Everyone's so rushed and crunched for time, but actually most jurors who do jury duty end up very appreciative of the process. They get a chance to get an insider's look at what's going on, how the system works, and they also have a potential to play a really important part. I mean, think about being a juror in a murder case. I mean, you have a say in whether or not someone's guilty or not guilty of a very big crime, and it's a big duty, and people really take it seriously and appreciate it.
And it's the law. It's your civic duty. So it's something that you need to do, but there are those occasions. For instance, I got a jury summons when I was so pregnant and huge and just everything was uncomfortable. So there are occasions that it just doesn't work for you, that you can legitimately get out of jury duty. What are those cases?
Well, if you get the jury summons for a state case, you're entitled to postpone it once, just off the bat. You can call up and say this is not a good time and postpone it. After that, you have to show up. If you get selected to potentially be on a case that might last for a few days, if you have an undue hardship, the judge will excuse you. And I'm not talking, oh, this is not convenient for me. It must be something like you have a prepaid vacation, you take care of an elderly parent, you don't have daycare or childcare for your children. The judges are not going to make you suffer like that on a case.
So you said, you just mentioned a case lasting a couple of days, but in the case of a murder trial, it can go on for weeks.
It can.
For someone who has children or things like that, it can really impact your life, and it can impact your wallet, your income. How do you make income if you're on a trial for months?
I know, it's really tough, and believe me, a lot of people do get excused for those reasons if the case is going to be lengthy. Your employer is required to pay for the first 5 days of jury duty, so they have to pay you even if you're not working. After that, the state pays you $50 a day, and that's the best you're going to do. But there are a lot of breaks in action. There are a lot of days off, often in a long case where you're allowed to go and leave early to take care of your affairs. So it's not as if you're 10 days straight, 9 to 5 without a break.
So I think a lot of people also think it would be fascinating to sit on a jury. If you watch television shows and movies and you see the jury there, it looks, I don't know, murder case in particular.
Yes.
But it's actually difficult to get seated on a jury, right? Because the attorneys on either side, you have to be the right juror.
Exactly. Well, first of all, there aren't that many trials taking place. So when you get called into jury duty, the fact is you might not even sit on a trial. In fact, the likelihood is that you won't even get called down to a trial. But if you do, you have to go through a process of questions and answers with the attorneys on both sides. And both sides are looking for a fair and impartial juror. So if you've had experiences in your background that might not make you very open-minded, the lawyer himself or herself is going to excuse you.
And maybe if you seem too eager too.
Right,
If you're
right.
like, I really want this murder case.
That's right.
Especially if someone with a famous person like OJ or something. So
exactly. There were people who wanted to do that.
To want it too much.
Write some books later.
Exactly. Which has happened, right?
Yes.
Thanks as always for being here with us
Thank you.
on this Monday. I appreciate it, Tara.
I appreciate it, Ann.
If you